Isn't my sunburn so attractive, guys? It is, isn't it? Ow. Hey, what's up? Hello, my name is Emma, and today I'm giving you guys my June book haul and wrap-up. This month I have bought 8 books and I have read 9. Finally, I've read more books than I've bought. I'm very proud of myself, guys. So the first this month is Every Last Word by Tamara Ireland Stone. I was sent an arc of this book to review, and you guys can check out that completely spoiler-free review in the down bar. But this book was so amazing. Oh my gosh, this is my absolute favorite book of 2015 so far, guys. It's freaking amazing, and I think that everyone will absolutely love it. But while I will talk about that more in the wrap-up, I have another copy of Every Last Word by Tamara Ireland Stone. This one is the official copy, not the arc, and the reason I have 2 copies is because I went to the Every Last Word launch party in New York City at Books of Wonder. I actually vlogged that entire experience of the launch party, so you guys can check out that video in the down bar if you'd like to see me get lost on the subway and talk about how much I like this book even more than I already do now. And so while I was at Books of Wonder, obviously I can't walk out of a bookstore with only one book, so I bought Will Grayson, Will Grayson by John Green and David Levithan, as well as Extraordinary Means by Robin Schneider. Now, my knowledge on both of these books is extremely slim, but I have been seeing a lot about these books everywhere, especially this one because John Green, but they both seem like they kind of sparked my interest, and I'm really excited to read both of them. Also this month I picked up A Work in Progress by Connor Franta and I Hate My Selfie by Shane Dawson. You guys might recognize both of these names because they are 2 of the biggest YouTubers on YouTube. When I was at BookCon back in May, I went to the YouTuber panel where Shane and Connor, as well as Joey Graceffa and I Justine, were talking about them writing their own memoirs, and it was a really interesting panel. I honestly wasn't planning on picking up any of their books before then, but now I have 2 out of 4, and I'm really excited to read both of them. I have already read A Work in Progress, but I have already talked about that in my channel, and I will talk about that later. Wow, I just said talk like 4 times in one sentence. Then this month I also bought Nobody Has to Know by Frank Nappi. 2 things. First of all, I read this book a couple of years ago and it was really good. Second of all, Frank Nappi was my 11th grade English teacher. I read a couple of his books and he's a really amazing author, and he recently asked me to review Nobody Has to Know for him. I have been planning on doing a review of Nobody Has to Know since I started my channel, and I will have a review up very, very soon. But let me tell you guys that this book is freaking amazing and you guys really need to pick it up. But keep an eye out for that review coming very soon, and I'm planning on reading it this month, so you will hear about it more in my July wrap-up. And then the final book that I bought this month is Grey by E.L. James. This is 50 Shades of Grey written from Christian's perspective. I have to say, super excited when I heard this was coming out. I only heard about Grey probably like 2 or 3 weeks before the book was actually like being released. I don't know why. I don't know if that was like a marketing technique where they just didn't release it until very soon to the release date, or I just didn't hear about it. But I pre-ordered it and I got it the day of, and I was super excited to start it. I don't really know how I'm feeling about it. Obviously, I started reading it. Very different from 50 Shades, even though it's the same exact story. The different perspectives have a huge toll on this book, and I'm definitely not liking it as much as 50 Shades right now, which is really weird because, again, it's the same story. But I am totally interested to see where the rest of this book goes from Christian's perspective, and I will be talking about it more on my channel. I might do a review if you guys are interested in that, because I know I have like 50 Shades of Grey videos. But I'm really happy I bought it. And now the wrap-up. Alright, so one of the very first books that I read this month was, of course, Every Last Word by Tamara Ireland Stone. Definitely check out that review. I'm really proud of that review. I think it's like one of the best reviews I personally feel that I've ever done. But it was absolutely amazing. The story follows a girl named Samantha. Now, Samantha is one of the most popular girls in her school, but she has a very deep, dark secret, and it's that she suffers from OCD. And throughout the story, Samantha makes a new friend named Caroline, who she realizes might be better for her than her friend group that she's had since kindergarten. And Caroline introduces her to something called Poets Corner, which is basically this group of misfits from Samantha's high school, and once or twice a week they go down into this hidden room in their school and they share poetry, and it's about Samantha finding herself and coming to terms with her mental disorder, and it's just absolutely amazing. I've recommended this book to so many people before. I have not heard a single bad thing about it, and I know a ton of people on BookTube already love it, so I really recommend you guys pick this book up. Another book I read in June is City of Fallen Angels by Cassandra Clare. Obviously, as always, I am reading one of the Mortal Instruments books per month with our group, the Mortal Read Along. I will link the live show discussion for City of Fallen Angels in the description. I honestly don't know what it is about this read along, but for reading City of Fallen Angels the 7th time around, I like it so much better. I always thought of City of Fallen Angels as kind of like a filler book in between the perfect ending of City of Glass into City of Lost Souls, where things really start getting crazy. But there is something about reading it this time that makes me understand why this book was a filler book. It had just so much information into it, because this book is like 400 or so pages, and it's only the last 100 pages that are just absolutely amazing and some of the best scenes of this series, honestly. And so reading it this time around kind of made me understand that there is just so much information in those 300 or so, for lack of a better word, boring pages, because everything leads up to that ending, and then that ending leads into the rest of the series. And so this is really, in my opinion, probably one of the most important books in the series, although it isn't the most enjoyable. But to sum all that up, this book was great, as always. Then the next book I read in the month of June is The Heir by Kiara Cass. I've been hearing so many mixed things about The Heir, and it kind of made me put off starting it for a while, even though it only came out last month. But I really loved this book. It's not as good as The Selection, yes, and the main character is kind of annoying, yes. But I like so many other things about it other than those two not so great things. My videos are so messed up from the Buy a New Bibliothon. I have videos from like May that I still have to upload, and I have a ton of stuff I still have to film for this month. But a review of The Heir is coming soon, so stay tuned for that. And so the final group of books that I have read this month, I've already talked about on this channel. They are the books that I read during the Biannual Bibliothon. My Biannual Bibliothon wrap-up has already gone live on YouTube, so I'm going to link that below if you want to check it out. But that's where I'm going to be talking about all 7 books that I read this month. There's only 6 here because one is an ebook. But if you guys are interested to hear all of my proper thoughts on these books, you should definitely check out that video. So that's pretty much it for this video. As always, if you guys have read these books or heard anything about the books that I've mentioned in this video, leave a comment below because I'd love to discuss them with you guys. But that's it for this video, and I will see you soon for a new one. Bye!